breaks your heart. It's like an insult to God. Say like, you're ungrateful. Sounds so bad. Sounds awful. Let me tell you a story about the power of gratitude. There's this little rabbit, right? And he lives in a forest near to a Trappist monk's monastery. The monks all dressed in orange robes. And there's a monk master. So he meditates. He does walking meditation, sitting meditation. He's a very wise man. And the little rabbit, skipping through the forest, eating his carrots, was very scared. So he went to the master and he said, Master, I'm so scared. I'm trying to hop around, be with my wife, eat my lettuce and my carrots, but I'm constantly scared of predators because they try to eat me. So I'm scared. Please help me. I'm unhappy. I need your help, monk. The monk looks at the little rabbit and he says, Little rabbit, go to the forest and find you the most happy of all the animals in the forest. So the little rabbit goes. He goes down the creek and through the water to the other side, and he finds a deer. And he looks at this deer. He says, Deer, you're so beautiful. You have beautiful horns, good-looking skin. You're majestic. Are you the happiest animal in the forest? The deer looks at him and he says, Not at all, my friend. Actually, because of the way I look, it's very distracting. And this is a hindrance. Because animals and predators try to run after me. So I'm constantly stressed. You know what? The bear is huge, very strong and powerful. The bear must have a happy life. So then the little rabbit skips away, hops on, and goes to find the bear. The big bear looks at the little rabbit and he says, Little rabbit, I'm far from happy. I may be big, but I have to hibernate for 8 months. So I'm constantly worried about food. I have to eat a lot of food because I'm huge. You know who probably has a very, very good life and is happy? The eagle. The eagle's probably happy. You see, he's strong, he flies, he's free. So he goes to find the eagle. So he climbs to the top of the mountain with his little hops, little steps, and he goes and finds this huge eagle, majestic looking, very strong. And so he looks at the eagle and he says, Eagle, are you the happiest of all animals? And the eagle looks at this little rabbit and he says, You know what? I can fly, but my peers are always fighting me. We're always competing among ourselves. And it's hard to fight an eagle. I don't know, little rabbit, if you've ever fought an eagle, but they're strong and it hurts. And I have scars. But I had the chance to fly over all the forest and I saw all the animals. And I look at you, rabbit, and I think, well, you're tiny. You blend in. You don't have to be scared all the time. You can have a happy life. From what I'm looking, you're just hopping on. You're eating your carrots, eating your lettuce, sticking to your family, having your little rabbits. You have a happy life. So the rabbit goes back to the monk, and he says, Monk, you know what? I don't even want to be any different than I am. My life is already pretty good. You know, I get to hop, I get to eat my carrots. If I'm scared of predators, I just go into my little hole, my little burrow. You see, the little rabbit had regained his perspective in life. He had a little change in his mind, in his heart, and that affected his quality of life. That's the power of gratitude. Being grateful for what you have right now. For what you have right now. So I want you to think deep. When you're feeling sad, when you're feeling angry, when you see someone who looks like a rabbit, say to yourself, you know, they may be a rabbit, but this is a turtle race. There's a science to this. Gratitude has been studied with fMRI scans. Scientists and researchers at Berkeley They went over to a group selected of people, and they did a lot of research on them, and they scanned their brains. And they found that there is actually a deep change that happens within our brains, within the fabric of our minds. Through gratitude, we can alter our brain chemistry. We can alter our brain chemistry. Can you believe that? Just with the power of our thoughts. Now, how do we practice gratitude? Journaling? Does anyone here journal? Yeah? Before going to sleep, you can also think about what makes you grateful. What are you grateful for? Is it the cheese in the breakfast at Camorra? Is it the vegan day? if you're vegan, then probably, perhaps, I don't know, maybe. What else can you do? Thank you notes. Write up a note, say thank you. Thank you, SLI. You're doing a good job. Thanks for taking care of us. Thank you, Dawn, for teaching me chess, for being a good example to me. Thanks, Jamie, for always being so kind. I don't even know how you do that. It improved our relationships, whether it's with friends or with, your intimate partners. Why? If you demonstrate gratitude, what happens is you create mutual trust. You're focusing on the good aspects instead of focusing and narrowing down your mind into the negatives. And that builds trust. That builds your relationship. It is constructive. That's what you want in a relationship. You don't want a toxic relationship. You want a healthy one. How does it affect our work? Do you want a boss that, constantly is giving you criticism? Well, there was a study that was published in the Scientific Journal of Science. And it showed that gratitude positively impacts the work environment. Picture this. You have a work environment and you start applying gratitude principles, and all of a sudden everyone starts being more motivated, more engaged. Everyone starts to lift themselves up as a team and build. So this is loosely related. All these subjects are intertwined, and the connection is gratitude. This is Bert. Bert is the boss, and this is Roberta. She's the worker. Bert goes up to her and says, "You know what, Roberta? Instead of micromanaging, I'm going to go up to you, and every 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you what you did good. So I'm going to start micro-complimenting." So that's a good strategy to think about. Adversity. In the face of adversity, how does gratitude play into that? If you think about the challenges that you have ahead of you, you can become scared. You can become, motivated to give up. You can be, facing challenges, stepping stones, turning them into an opportunity, and seeing them in such a light where you are more, open to facing those challenges. By being grateful, you improve your capacity to not be overwhelmed, because you're not going to, be scared of the negatives, because you know how to focus on the positive. You're not going to focus on the negatives, you focus on the positives. So you build resilience. How does it affect the mind? Healthy mind. Because of gratitude, our soul is painted by the color of our thoughts. So that's deeply powerful. That's a profound thing, and it's true. If you're grateful and you're practicing gratitude, you have a healthier mind. And this is physiological. It's not just me saying. What happens is there was research through fMRI brain scans, and they put two groups. They split the subjects into two groups. One of them cultivated gratitude thinking, and the other
the body. Of course, body and soul, body and mind, they're intertwined. It all plays into this. People who practice gratitude are actually better at exercising. They're more motivated to exercise because they're not so negative. And even when they're like unmotivated, they focus on the good things that they have, and they want to keep those good things. And they want good things to prosper and to, manifest in their lives. Also, on that same note, their immune system is actually improved. It's a higher, better, stronger immune system. So that's a powerful lesson. Now, that's going to definitely play into your success. If you're grateful, you feel successful as it is. You're grateful for what you have. And you're more motivated to seek what you want. But you're not going to keep focusing on what you want. You're going to focus on what you have. We can apply this in daily life. We can be mindful of the things that we have that are good, that are positive. All the blessings. Count your blessings, for there are many to count. This is Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Stoic philosopher. He was a Roman emperor. In his book Meditations, which was not supposed to be published, he wrote them as a diary of his notes of the things that he did, his thoughts, his patterns, his routine. In his routine, this man who governed a whole empire, he practiced gratitude. And he said, do not worry about the future. Focus on the present. Focus on the good. Focus on your blessings. When you wake up every day, focus on the blessings that you have. Focus on the good things. This is how you prosper. This is a prosperous mentality. There are many adversities in life. Life's hard. But if you focus on what's good, all of a sudden, you start seeing the difficult things as opportunities. You don't fear them, It improves your well-being. It improves your physical being. It improves your mind, your spirit. You're more motivated. That's the power of gratitude. So there's so much to learn by this one little word. And it's not just a concept. It's more. It's a philosophy of life. So embrace it. Learn it. Practice it. We all can achieve greatness as long as we try. We can achieve whatever we want as long as we are mindful. We're in a zone where we can practice the gratitude. We can open our hearts, in our minds, in our souls, to all the creation, to all the greatness that we have. We have so many things to be thankful for. And with that in mind, I am grateful